Good morning, Casey with Trophy Woods. Back at the plots again today for our week 8 plot tour. It's November 16th, and we've had a pretty mild week this week. Just 50s, 60s. I don't think we've got any lower than 30 degrees overnight. No rain. Austrian winter peas. Can't say there's any new growth on these. They're maybe getting bushier. And you're maybe seeing some leaves here that are turning white. I think that's probably damage from that cold spell. This is the first week that's really showing up though. And that was 2 weeks ago. That was week 6 if you want to look back at week 6. Winter lentils. They're not really growing up. The thing I noticed though is they are growing out more. And so it's not just like a single stem, it sends off multiple lateral branches. They do taste like peas, if you wondered what they kind of taste like. Daikon radish, you can see it's coming back kind of spotty through the plot, but it's making a comeback. Purple top turnip, similar story. Rape, making a faster comeback than any of the other brassicas. Jackpot turnip. This is probably the spottiest of the brassicas that survived, but it has some spots where it's green and looks really well, and then there's some spots where it's mostly dead. Annual rye. It's continued growing. The cold spell didn't really put a pause on it or anything. Just wanted to show this real quick. This is annual rye that got spilt on the edge of our driveway, and this spot maybe gets an hour of sun every day. So this is kind of where annual rye really shines, is that tough dirt, shade area. This is where it would probably fit in for a lot of guys. Cereal rye also continuing to grow, probably double the size, twice the height of the water bottle. Barley is really starting to come on, really getting going. Not quite as high as rye. Wider blade, kind of similar to an oat leaf or blade. Definitely worth looking into and adding it to your plots. It's looking good. And winter wheat, said a couple weeks ago, that kind of seems to come up and then kind of pause at a certain point. I think we've gotten to that pause stage. I don't think we've added any new growth since last week or 2 weeks ago. I'm gonna add a video I shot this last week of my clover plot and compared it to alfalfa at a neighbor's. Just showing the difference between the two. The alfalfa is not ours, but it'd be very similar to ours. And the clover I planted last spring, so it's had a almost a year to get established, and so you can kind of see what's possible. It wouldn't have looked that good if we would have planted in this plot. It would have looked more like the winter lentils, would have been short and pretty wimpy looking right now. Just want to talk about alfalfa real quick. This is kind of what alfalfa does when it gets real cold. It starts to go dormant pretty fast. This isn't our alfalfa, but ours would be very similar. You can see it started regrowing there from the bottom, but the tops are brown. And this is our clover. This is a mix of white and medium red. And you can see the white hasn't went dormant yet. Even after we got down to 16 degrees, it still stayed green. And the medium red has went mostly dormant. You can see most of the leaves have fell off that stem there. And that's what a lot of those stems look like. So anyway, just gives you an idea of what to expect. Thanks for watching. You can shop and build your own mix at trophywoods.com, and hope to see you next week. Thanks.